Thanks for joining us. This is Weekend Winners, your guide to finding winners at Albion Park each and every Saturday night. And again, we've got a really strong program coming through. 10 races. Action kicks off at 5:16. One of the highlight races for sure is going to be that free-for-all. We've got the likes of Mac Da Vinci, Manila Playboy, and old Northview Hustler showed a little bit of spark last week, so he might be up for a good fight here on Saturday night. So that's going to be one of the highlights without doubt. That comes through as race number 4. In this edition of Weekend Winners, I'm going to speak with Angus, Garrard and Brendan Barnes. Angus Garrard now joins us to go through his book of drives on Saturday night, and he's in the hot seat. Angus, appreciate the time.
No worries, always a pleasure, Chris.
Captain Nemo, you know this guy well. You're behind him on Saturday night in race 1, gate 9. What are the expectations here with Captain Nemo?
Yeah, I think he'll race pretty well, Chris. He was flying there a few starts back and he probably went off for a couple, but his last start seemed a big improvement. You know, his sectionals were sound. He sort of was off the track a long way from home, and I thought he raced a lot better. So hopefully we see him back to his best on Saturday night.
Okay. Looking at that front row, it looks like there's going to be a fair bit of early speed. Do you think it will generate enough tempo to suit Captain Nemo?
Yeah, I think so, Chris. I think it looks a race where there's a few there that could light up and sort of think they're a fair chance to get the top. So that'd suit us down to the ground, you know. If we can just follow through there and stay as handy as possible early, and then we can sort of sum it up through the middle.
Okay, so more speed the better?
Yeah, for sure. You know, it makes it difficult when they sort of get it soft early or they back off hard. So at least if there's a bit of tempo through the early stages, we can sort of make a decision through that middle half there.
On class alone, he's right in the thick of this race, isn't he?
Yeah, 100%. You know, I think he's probably a pretty underrated horse that people probably haven't seen the best of a lot. So if he brings his best, you know, he's in it up to his eyeballs.
Okay, well that's race 1, number 9, Captain Nemo. Race 3, you're driving your own horse here, the stable horse, Classy Washington. This race on paper looks perfect. It just maps really well. Will it be a case of leader behind leader?
I hope so, Chris. That'd be ideal. But yeah, you know, you never know when you're sort of drawn one the second line. You're in the hands of the one horse, and I suppose you're in the hands of the gate speed outside it too. So, you know, he's racing good. He's sort of nearing peak fitness now. So if he gets the right trip, you know, it'll definitely be hard to beat.
Okay. He was good last week. It would have been pleasing with the way he performed for the stable last week. Yeah,
he was really good. You know, he sort of had 2 runs and 2 really soft trials, and, you know, it's sort of nearing 6 months, I think. So, you know, that run's brought him on a lot as well, so he'll definitely improve with more racing.
And that's not his style, what we saw last week, but you had to drive him in that manner, given how that race sort of unfolded.
Yeah, that's right. You know, that's what I said to Dad when I come off the track, and said to the owners, you know, that's not how we really like to drive him, but, you know we can drive him like that if we have to. So, you know, he's versatile.
Okay. Are you confident that Me Furioso Toro will hold up from the inside?
I'm definitely confident they'll do their best. There's probably a few with some speed outside, and he's probably a horse with a few tricks, but, you know, if his manners are on, I think he should be holding.
Okay, and there's a few there that could apply some pressure. Geldof in particular, maybe Misty Creek, and Anamato's capable of going forward despite his wide gate. So that early pressure is going to certainly help your cause anyway.
That's right. You know, I think he's probably one horse in the race that it really won't bother him how fast they go. You know, he's sort of been in 51 off the track before and finished up close. So, you know, if they go fast, it definitely won't bother us.
Okay, well, that's race 3. Race 4, the free-for-all, Manila Playboy. First and foremost, the Newcastle Mile, that was spoken about. Was there a nomination put forward for Friday night's feature or not?
Yeah, he was nominated. I thought he was probably a little tough to not get a run, but in saying that, it's a super field, so it's sort of hard to take any of them out.
Okay, so he starts here on Saturday night, and you've got good competition here because you're up against Mac Da Vinci and Northview Hustler, who's come up with a good draw. If he can zip across and lead, he might prove hard to beat. But Manila Playboy, off that recent trial, is he going as well as ever?
Yeah, for sure. You know, I think this prep's probably been his best, it's safe to say. So, you know, break the track record at Redcliffe first up over the 2280, and I don't think he's run a half slower than 54 this prep and hasn't found the fence yet. So definitely can't fault the way he's going. You know, his last start win was just phenomenal. The sectionals he recorded, and he was 3 wide from the quarter. So yeah, you know, he's going as well as ever. We probably just need the race run to suit a little bit from the bad draw again, but you know, if he's within striking distance, he's always hard to hold out.
Just on that last start performance, you were able to run down Bonnie Prince Louis. He's franked the form because he's come out and won since. But did he surprise you that night and the sectional that he was able to run?
Yes and no. I mean, I know how fast he is, and you know, I've sort of been, silly as it sounds, I've sort of been waiting for a chance to really hold him up like that and just let him rip sort of that last 300 or 400. And you know, when I got out, I sort of had to shimmy my way out there, and I thought it may have been a touch late, but you know, once we got to the top of the straight, I was pretty confident I had him covered.
Okay, so looking at the way things are starting to build here now, the free-for-all ranks are getting a little deeper now, but he looks like he's going to fit right in.
Yeah, for sure. You know, he's sort of got all the weapons really. You know, he's got that super high speed, which sort of he's always in contention from wherever. And you know, he's not a weak horse either. You know, we've seen him sit parked and run halves in 53, which not a lot of horses can do. So he's definitely taking that next step.
Do you plan to stay in front of Mac Da Vinci, or do you think Mac Da Vinci will land in front of you?
Oh, I'm not really sure, to be honest, Chris. It probably just depends what sort of happens wider on the front line. You know, Northview Hustler probably looks like the leader, and he's obviously going to be hard to run down. You know, his run last week was pretty good. He ran good sectionals, and so was Mac Da Vinci's. But you know, it probably just depends what they do out wider, where either of us can get to really, whether we can get into the race early or not.
Okay, well, that promises to be a good race. Race 4. Race 5, Nick's pick. Was he a little disappointing last week?
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. I was a little disappointed in myself. But, you know, he's sort of a funny horse. He grows a leg on the fence, and he loves going up in between runners. So, you know, we'll just drive him cold this week, and hopefully he can hit the line again.
Okay, it looks nasty on paper, that draw, doesn't it? 5. It's sort of no man's land, that draw, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. It's probably the worst possible spot, but in saying that, you know, the way we probably have to drive him at the moment, it's probably not the worst. So, you know, we'll just go back and sort of probably out the fence. And, you know, if they run the race to suit and he does get the splits, he's definitely capable. We know he's got the ability, but, you know, I probably wouldn't expect a whole lot from the draw and in that race.
Okay. Race 6, interesting runner here. R11 Artie's back in town. He's drawn out. It's not ideal, the draw, but he's an interesting runner in this field.
Yeah, that's right. You know, it's good to have him back, and hopefully he can race well on Saturday night.
Did he please you guys with what he was able to achieve in Sydney?
Yeah, we were happy with him, and speaking to the team in Sydney, you know, they were really happy with what he did. This time down there, you know, he won 3 straight there at one stage, and you know, he put in some good performances. We just thought it was sort of the right time to bring him back up and see if we can snag one of these qualies, and maybe a band 5 before we go for a break, and then sort of map out sort of a plan from there.
Okay, so drawn out in gate 6, stack of speed, drawn to your inside, likely to go back at the start here?
We'll just see what happens, you know. I won't sort of commit myself either way. We'll just sort of play it by ear and see how he feels behind the gate. You know, there is a lot of speed inside us, but in saying that, he is really fast out the gate if we light him up. So we'll just see, you know. Surface looks hard to beat in 1. You know, he's been racing really well, obviously coming off that Tamworth win, and you know, it probably most other races, most other qualities, we probably nearly cross with our gate speed, but you know, we've come across one with a really hot front line, so we'll just see where we can get to and be happy if he's sort of up close. Okay,
well, you've got options, as you outlined, with that really good gate speed, so it'll be an interesting race, and he's a key runner in that field. Race 9, Trioli, drawn gate 10. Is she up to winning this race on Saturday night?
Oh, look, I'm not really sure. She's probably not sort of really tested in this grade. You know, I thought her run last week was quite good. She got quite fierce off the arm and probably cost herself a little bit early, and then they never really backed off. So we never really got a chance to get up on the bit and travel. So it's sort of a little hard to judge her on last time. I am actually happy with the second row draw for her. We can just sort of settle her early and get her on a helmet and sort of let her truck into the race where we want to. You know, I think she's sort of got enough ability to be right in it if the right horse turns up.
Okay, and the last race, key runner here, Indefensible. This is a mobile trot to wrap up the card. He went bang, bang, bang earlier, or late last year, early this year. He's been put away, returned. So what can we expect from Indefensible fresh up here?
I think he'll race really well, Chris. He trialled there sort of the other week and he was really sharp. You know, we only sort of gave him a soft one and he definitely needed it. But, you know, we ran him 27.5 there and, you know, he actually did it quite easy. He's not probably a horse noted for his turn of speed, but, you know, we sort of went from walking to sprinting and he ran home in 27.5. So I think he'll race really well. It's probably not an ideal draw in that race, and, you know, the Turpin McMillan team look hard to beat, but if he gets a bit of luck go his way, he's definitely capable.
Put it this way, whatever he does on Saturday night, a lot more improvement still to come.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Good book of drives for you there on Saturday night. Is Manila Playboy the horse that you're most looking forward to?
Yeah, I always love sitting behind him. You know, he's a pleasure to drive and really exciting. So, you know, looking forward to all of them, but he's probably the pick.
Okay, race 4, number 9. Angus, as always, really appreciate the time. We'll see you trackside.
No worries. Thanks, Chris.
Brendan Barnes is now joining us to go through his book of drives. He misses the first couple of races and he jumps straight into race 3 and he's with us now. Brendan, appreciate the time.
No worries, Chris. Thank you.
Mi Furioso Toro, gate 1 over a mile. It seems perfect.
Yeah, it does. He's sort of the horse he likes to sort of lead and roll along. He's coming out the gate a lot better, so yeah, I expect him to be probably on the speed and hopefully giving him something to chase.
Do you expect a lead here?
I think so. He used to be a little bit question mark out of the gate, but last time he led here 2 starts ago, he got out really good and he settled really good, which is a big plus for him.
Okay, there's a bit of pressure to your outside. Geldof's likely to have a look. Misty Creek likely to roll forward. Animato could even challenge drawn out wide, so you might have some early pressure.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of early pressure, but it won't worry him too much. He likes to roll along anyway, whether there's pressure or not.
Okay, well that's the front line. The horse drawn directly behind you. He's probably one of the class horses in the field, Classy Washington. You'll be nervous with him camped right on your back.
Yeah, that's for sure. It looks set up that he's going to get a nice clean shot at us late, but that's sort of the way our fella races. He's normally a sit and duck, but hopefully we can just finish in the money.
Okay, you know this horse really well. Right now, is he going as good as he can?
I think so. I was probably maybe a little bit disappointed in him when he led there a couple starts ago, but I think his last start at Redcliffe was brilliant. He's never come wide and run on like that. So I think, yeah, for him, that was really good.
All right. Race number 4, this is the free-for-all. Good race as well. You know this guy, Northview Hustler. He comes up with a nice draw here. First and foremost, is there a chance that he could just race across and lead here?
I think that's probably the plan. There's sort of a little bit of speed inside us. I don't think they're up to the class of the top open company horses to want to hold the front, but yeah, if we get there, we'll be happy to hold.
Okay, so if you're in front, the big boys off the second row, Mac Da Vinci, Manila Playboy, you might prove hard to catch. Judging how he went last week, he was really good last week.
He was really good, and he's going to have to be even better to do it. He's going to have to do a bit of work early and probably a little bit of work through the middle as well. But, you know, if he's at his 100% best, he'll definitely give him something to run down, that's for sure.
Yeah, and given, too, that Mac Da Vinci, Manila Playboy, they're not rough and ready types. They can't really force too much pressure. So if you're in front dictating, this is going to be a good contest.
Yeah, that's right. If he gets an easy quarter, he's as quick as any of the old fella.
Do you think he's better at the mile or 2,138 metres?
It's probably hard to say. All his career, you'd probably would have just said that the longer the better, but I think probably some of his better races lately have been probably over the shorter course, but I don't think it's a massive difference either way.
Yeah, it was a warm night last Saturday night, but that last half was just scintillating. 52.9. That's unheard of. That's the fastest last half that I can ever remember at Albion Park.
Yeah, brilliant. He's a very, very good horse. Black Sedan, he just keeps getting better.
Okay, race 5. You go from good draws to bad draws here. High voltage inside of the second row. That's not the draw for him.
Nah, hang on and have fun, I think, there.
You're in the lap of the gods, though, aren't you, in all seriousness?
Yeah, we are. He actually seemed to settle quite good, punching through from the second row there last time, and it's sort of, he's a strange sort of horse. One week he'll go out of control, and the next week he'll just let you do whatever you want. So, I have no doubt if he settles, he's more than capable of driven off a helmet if he settles.
First thought, are you trying to get off, though?
Oh, it's probably just one of those things you have to see how he is. If you sort of pull off and sort of try and get off, he's just going to be even worse. So you just got to, see how he wants to behave and just not try and fight him.
Okay, softly the approach there with high voltage in race 5. Race 6, you've landed the ace draw here with Surface, the recent Golden Guitar winner. Last week off a poor draw, thought he was terrific. That's probably as good as he could have gone given the circumstances last week.
Yeah, brilliant last week. It was sort of a bit of a tricky race, and they were sort of going steady early, and it was sort of just a matter of we had to try and get into it somewhere. But he was super, and I've been really looking forward to getting him in front. I think he'll lead and be pretty hard to beat.
Okay, well, that's interesting. Just as he in gate 4, he's super fast early, so you're confident you can hold him?
I think so. I think, I've got no doubt how quick Surface is. He's probably flies under the radar as far as his gate speed goes, and last time he led, he was, sensational.
Okay, so if he's in front over a mile, he's going to prove hard to catch. So you're really confident, judging by your words there.
Yep, definitely.
Okay, well, that's Surface. Good push there, coming up with that key inside draw. Race 7. This is an unknown horse. First Albion Park start to Kiro. What can you tell us about this runner?
Actually, I haven't really looked into its form yet. I'll have to, sort of have a good look over the next couple of days, and it comes from a good stable. They're always sort of ready to rumble. So, we'll have a good look as we get a bit closer.
Okay, the trick's the draw, drawn out in gate 6, and a couple of those in-form mares are drawn well. Delta 3-1, Custom Nike in 4. So it'll be a good race, race number 7. Couple of talented types. And your final drive on Saturday night comes up in race 9, and you're drawn out here in 7. Miss Mia, what do you think the expectations will be here from gate 7?
Yeah, the draw is not good, but, she's normally quite a consistent mare. So hopefully we can just try and find a spot somewhere, I'd say, and sneak into the money. It'd be great.
Okay, recent efforts have been consistent, so with a little bit of luck, she can certainly run top 4.
Yeah, that's for sure. She's not normally too far away, so we just got to hope for a little bit of luck.
Okay, you've got some good drives there, but without putting words in your mouth, Surface is the key drive for you on Saturday night.
I think so.
All right, we'll put a circle around him. Race 6, number 1, Surface, the recent Golden Guitar winner. Brendan, as always, appreciate the time. We'll see you trackside.
Thanks, Chris.
As always, a big thanks to both drivers, Angus Garrard and Brendan Barnes, and we wish them the very best of luck on Saturday night. Time now to find a winner or two. I think it's a fairly even program, but I think there's going to be value. So if you want value, hopefully I've found the right horse. Race 8, the last leg of the tab quaddie, horse 9, Rockney N. This horse is low flying. He's got a nice trailing draw. I'm just hoping there's going to be plenty of early pressure, and that will bring him into the race really strong late. So hopefully he might go around at nice odds. Race 8, number 9, Rockney N. Matty Elkins taking the drive for trainer Taylor Gillespie. So if you are gambling on the weekend, please do so responsibly. We've got a crackerjack card at the Creek on Saturday night, 10 races, and we kick off at 5:16.